everybody! I'm here today to tell you about 7 tips for distracted driving to avoid accidents. In this video, I'll be going over 7 simple tips that you can use to avoid driving distracted and therefore avoid getting into an accident. Now, these are 7 practical tips so you can implement them as soon as you want to. Let's get right into the video. Tip number 1 is put your phone away. Now, a lot of people will get their phone and they'll place it down in the center console of their car. They'll leave it on ring and they'll place it down there thinking that it's not going to distract them. But what can happen is your phone goes off, your natural inclination is to look at it. Even if you don't touch it, your natural inclination is to look at it. Or even if your phone goes off, you're going to be thinking about it, wondering who just texted me, who's calling me. So you're going to want to look at it, which takes your focus off of the road. Therefore, your best bet is to take your phone, put it on silent, and literally just put it in your pocket, put it in your purse, put it in your bag, hide it away inside of the center console or whatever you have to do. Just put your phone away. Tip number 2 is set up a playlist of songs. Now, like I said, most people think about a phone as a distraction, and it is. However, the radio is also a distraction too, because you're going to be scanning the radio stations and looking through your audio device, whatever the case is, to try and find the song that you want. But that is a distraction. So what you should do is instead set up a playlist of songs, okay? So figure out, like 100 songs that you like, set up a playlist of those 100 songs, put it on shuffle, and then you're always going to be getting a new refreshing song that you like. Therefore, you're not going to be searching around for the right song for the drive. Tip number 3 is to focus on the road, not the things around the road. Okay, now when you're driving, there's going to be buildings, there's going to be cars, there's going to be people, there's going to be animals, there's going to be everything around you. Landmarks, nature, whatever the case is. You got to focus on the road. I'm a car guy, and sometimes I'm driving, and like a $400,000 sports car will rip it by me, and I'm so tempted to just stare at the car. But what I do is just, look at the car, say, wow, that's a great car, and go back to the road. You got to focus on the road. You can look to the side to see things. You want to be aware of what's happening, but your main focus has to be on the road in front of you. It's as simple as that. Tip number 4 is quiet your passengers down. Passengers can actually be a hazard, even if they're your friends or family members. If your passengers are screaming, woo, 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 singing, blah, 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 whatever the case is, if they are distracting you, then they are a hazard to your driving. What you have to do is quiet them down. Now listen, as you gain more experience, you can put up with more sounds and louder sounds. So meaning if you're a beginner driver, your passengers should be really, really quiet. As you gain experience, they can probably speak a little bit louder, maybe scream a little bit, sing, dance, whatever the case is, and it won't distract you. So you have to essentially look at your driving level and driving experience level and match that up with what you want your passengers to do. It's as simple as that, okay? Tip number 5 is to clear your mind before you start driving. Let's say you're driving to your last exam ever, so you're so excited. But all that you're thinking about as you're driving is your exam. That's dangerous. That's distracted driving because your mind is elsewhere. So what you want to do is clear your mind before you start driving. When you're sitting in the driver's seat, you start the car and you're about to drive. Just literally, just get everything that's on your mind off. You're in a fight with your husband, with your wife, just get it out of your mind temporarily. You have an exam coming up, get it out of your mind temporarily. Someone got you angry at work and you're leaving work, get it out of your mind temporarily. Just clear your mind before you start driving. It will greatly help you avoid distracted driving. Tip number 6 is to make sure that you are alert and awake. Driving when you're tired is unbelievably dangerous, okay, for you and everyone else around you. So with that being said, make sure that you're awake. Take a nap, drink a coffee, drink a tea, just rest your eyes for a little bit. Even if you don't nap, just close your eyes for 5 minutes. Whatever the case is, you want to do whatever you can to make sure that you're alert and awake while you're driving. Last but not least is tip number 7, and most people actually overlook this, and that is to set up your climate control settings. Now, a lot of people will know their radio stations without even looking at them. They can push the radio stations or the next song, blah, 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 or the steering wheel controls will allow them to do that too. But the climate controls, the controls for the climate control system usually are not going to be in a similar manner. They're not going to be on the steering wheel usually, and you're not going to be like super familiar with them. You're going to have to look down to them as you use them. So before you start driving, if you have an automatic climate control, set your temperature, put it to auto, forget about it. The car is going to do the rest of the work for you. And if you don't, what you want to do is maybe get all of your settings so that as you're driving, your car will either warm up or cool down to the level that you need, and then just, you know, crank the fan down or up or whatever you need to do later. But you want to set up as much of your climate control as possible before you start driving. And that's it. Those are 7 crucial practical tips for distracted driving to avoid accidents. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great car and driving videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.